The most expensive states to raise kids. When to text versus talk when it comes to love. An insider's invitation to New York's Fashion Week. Good morning and welcome to Life Love Shopping. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Michelle Yarn.
The numbers are out when it comes to how much it costs to raise a child. Your new 17-year grand total, $235,000. The cost to provide food, shelter, and other necessities for 17 years breaks down to about $13,000 to $14,000 a year, depending on the child's age. Yes, it is a serious investment. The USDA has a cost of raising a child calculator on their website. They use the average annual income for single parents and two-parent households and factor in housing and child care costs in each state. The three most expensive states to raise kids: Oregon, Minnesota, and New York. Oregon ranks third, where child care costs $11 grand a year and single parents make on average $22,000 a year. Minnesota, believe it or not, is the second most expensive state, with child care costs running $13 grand plus. That's half of what a single parent makes annually. And New York ranks at the top of the list as the most expensive state to raise kids. The average yearly cost for child care runs you $14,000, and it's also the costliest state for single parents, consuming over 54% of their annual income of $26,000.
Now, part of raising a child is making sure they exercise, right? Well, the owner of a fitness studio in British Columbia is now offering pole dancing classes to kids.
Ooh.
She says the class is non-sexy. It's called Little Spinners, and they do learn moves taught in the more adult classes. Listen to some of these names: Sexy Flexi, Pole Fit, and Bunny Boot Camp. But currently there are 3 girls and 1 boy in this class, and they range in age from 5 years old to 12 years old. Critics are saying, you know, aside from the whole stripper comparison thing, that young women with pole dancing classes under their belt may be more likely to turn to stripping for income later in life. I don't know about that. I do think this is a little far-fetched, but I'm not sure about that comparison.
Can you say honey boo boo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many other sports and ways to get fit, so I just don't see why parents can't just find something else. Just tell the kids no, they'll be okay.
Yeah, there should be maybe a 21 and up for stripper pole dancing classes. Technology is a double-edged sword. In the world of relationships, people break up all the time over misunderstood texts. So now dating coach Sandy Weiner shares her advice on when to text and when to talk. Talk by phone or in person when you're trying to convey emotions. Speak your feelings, not emoticons. Saying "I'm angry at you" is better face-to-face, even though it's easier to hide behind a text. Confronting or having a difficult conversation. People notoriously shy away from difficult conversations. They don't like conflict. Might be scary, but if you have the right skills, it's really a great opportunity to bring you closer. And breaking up. Remember the Sex and the City episode when Berger breaks up with Carrie Bradshaw on a Post-it note? A breakup text is the same thing. Breaking up should be done with dignity. It's okay to text when it's informational. Text to tell him you're going to be 5 minutes late or the address where you'll be meeting. You're thinking of him or flirting maybe. Let him know he is on your mind. It's fun to flirt by text with things like "you are sexy, can't wait to see you." Just don't sext.
Do you need some home decor inspiration? Well, look no further than the set of the TV show The Good Wife. Mitchell Gold and Bob Williams designed a home furnishing and accessories collection with the show's set decorator, Beth Kushnick. It features 8 furniture pieces and pillows, and it includes Will's office chair, Diane's desk, Alicia's couch, and Kalinda's chair. And there will also be a collection of accessories and lighting from the interlude home. The launch of the Good Wife Furniture Collection coincides with the premiere of Season 4, September 30th. Now, let's say you're more of a blood splatter murderer type, aka Dexter fan, like I am. Here are some scary ways to decorate your home. Maybe better for Halloween than year-round, but anyway, check out this blood-stained bath shower curtain. It will not only spice up your bathroom, but it'll ensure you're wide awake before you leave the house in the morning.
Yeah, your partner's calling 911.
Yes, and it goes perfect with this blood bath mat. Leave a bloody footprint while you step out of the bathroom and then see the shocking response you get.
Honey, did you cut yourself shaving?
Right. And for a more subtle approach, you can try the set of 4 blood-splattered coasters from Dexter, and they're packaged in a beautifully crafted wooden box like he likes to keep his little samples.
Many made their way to New York's Fashion Week to get a glimpse at what's hot for the spring 2013 season. We got an insider's look. Check it out.
A lot of simple lines, a lot of black and white, and you'll see we have bursts of color of yellow and royal blue. The silhouettes are going to be very sleek, very modern, very streamlined.
The collection this season is inspired by water's elements, so it's, you know, the tranquility but also the strength of the waves. A lot of the silhouettes are very clean.
This is the third year of Fashion Next. It's Elle's opportunity to go out to a design school in this country to give them a chance to really upstart their business.
It was a nod to the Olympics. It's like these soft colors juxtaposed with like an athletic, more sporty feel.
I was inspired by old Hollywood, faded Hollywood glamour and couture lingerie.
Well, do you love Michelle Obama's fabulous style? You can make the First Lady's best looks your own with these hot finds for less. The First Lady made a bold statement at the DNC, stepping up to the podium in a pretty pink Tracy Reese frock and J. Crew pumps. A similar silhouette, like this affordable find from ModCloth, is a fuss-free option for your own glamorous night for only $59.99. Now, while keeping up with funny man David Letterman during her appearance on The Late Show, Michelle wore a color block dress with a sparkling retro brooch. Follow her lead by wearing this Eliza J version for $158 at Nordstrom.com. And there's nothing like an orange trench to brighten a dreary day. Mrs. Obama's is from Ann Taylor. It is now sold out, but Forever 21's topper is similar for less than $40.
Teens often name their parents as the biggest influence when it comes to their decisions about sex. And new research reveals teens who report having an honest convo with their parents about sex are more likely to be more responsible. So how do you have the talk with your teen without either of you turning red? Millennial lifestyle expert Chelsea Cross is here to help you out. Good morning, Chelsea.
Good morning.
Chelsea to the rescue here. So how should a parent approach this topic?
I know it is one that's a little bit difficult.
Yes.
And it's difficult for both the parent and the child. So best to start young because you never want to catch up when it's too late. And over 40% of people who were surveyed said that they were already having sex when their parents finally had the confidence to sit them down and have the safe sex talk.
Whoa.
So you don't want that to happen with you and your child, so start young.
Okay, so what are some examples of how parents can be more relatable and honest? I mean, should mom or dad share their first time experience?
You know, if you're going to start young, which I do advise, then your child's probably not going to want to hear about their mom and dad in the bedroom.
No.
So
Even as an adult, I don't want to. I'm sorry.
Right? It's never a good thing. But, you know, it had to happen for us to be here.
Right, exactly. True.
So, but the thing is, I think it's the best thing when a parent is relatable with anything in life. So if a mother is talking to their daughter and they're talking about their first time and how special it was, or maybe how not special it was and what they wish they knew, it allows their daughter or their son to be more relaxed and know that they can ask them questions instead of turning to the internet.
Okay.
Because children are turning to the internet more than ever for questions about sex and oral sex and protection instead of their parents because they'd rather not have the conversation.
Books, movies, TV shows?
Well, if you turn on the TV or you're driving in the car or you open up a magazine, you're bound to get bombarded with something promiscuous.
Yeah.
So again, another reason to start young with a safe sex talk. But there are many great books out there. My book, 19, has a whole relationships chapter coming from a teenager myself at the time, talking about the 2 relationships that I had been in that were both very serious. Even I was talking about my first time and how precious it was to me. And the fact that I was able to talk with my parents openly about it, I felt very secure with who I was. I knew how to have sex safely, and I felt that it was way better than a lot of the stories that I was hearing about other teenage girls who were crying over thinking about their first time having sex, and you never want that to happen to your child.
And what about advice for teens who are afraid to approach their parents? I mean, we're talking a lot about the parents and what they can do for the kids, but oftentimes that kid needs to start the conversation.
Well, that kid is probably scared or intimidated by their parent for some reason. So it's up to the parent to make that comfortable with their child from a young age, whether it's safe sex or, you know, drinking, smoking, anything. But if that parent makes it okay for them to come and ask them questions and be relatable and talk about their previous experiences, that child is going to feel more comfortable and have more of that dialogue between parents. It's going to be easier.
All about trust. Chelsea, thank you. Some very good advice. For more information on Chelsea, we will link you up to her info on our website, lifeloveshopping.com.
When it comes to preparing for college, it seems more and more parents are hiring tutors for their teens, but they're not worried so much about getting into the best academic program as they are the right sorority. We're talking about the trend of parents hiring image consultants to help their college-bound kids prepare for Greek Rush. And this is a photo from the New York Times, who recently featured a company that teaches girls how to act, talk, and even dress, and it's all with the goal of getting into their dream sorority or fraternity for the guys. And it can cost a pretty penny. People will shell out as little as $50 for one session to as much as $8 grand for a 2-week course on perfecting their image. And you're looking at just a few of the services that some of these consulting companies offer. And so the question is, is this a good idea? Is it just as important to focus on your social life as it is education?
I think it depends on what sort of college you want to get into or
It's
school.
true.
Yeah,
It's
because
true.
some are more social oriented, some are all about your status. Yeah.
And then you always hear sometimes it's who you know, not what you know,
Yes.
unfortunately. And, people would argue that sororities and fraternities have higher GPAs. They have a lot of philanthropy that they participate in.
Well, there's a lot of competition, too, to keep up with the Joneses, which oftentimes people don't think is great, but when you're competing with other people in a sorority or fraternity for good grades and to stand out, that's one thing that's kind of a result.
It's just you have to spend that much money to
Yeah,
do it,
definitely. Still more to come here on Life Love Shopping.
Yeah, find out which foods are best when it comes to giving you an energy boost.
And we're checking out the A-list stars, including Madonna, without makeup, au natural. And we're also sharing some of the best travel photos from around the World Wide Web. Check out Grand Canyon Palomino.
Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. Need to brighten up your mood a little bit? Well, according to new research, some foods have the same effect on your body as taking a prescription mood-enhancing drug. Nutritionists swear these particular foods can make you feel awesome. First up is dark chocolate. Not only is it delicious, but dark chocolate calms your muscles, reduces anxiety, and it also helps reduce symptoms of depression. Now, salmon and walnuts are foods packed with omega-3s, which help fight off depression and mood swings. An added bonus, they can also improve your memory and focus. And third, avocado. This yummy green veggie contains serotonin, which is a feel-good neurotransmitter. It's also really good for your skin, hair, and nails.
Here's something else to add to your list that may make you happy: seeing celebrities without makeup. Jessica Reyes from our news partner, The Daily Buzz, has the celeb scoop. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning, and that's right, ladies. Celebs aren't perfect. They have flaws, and you're about to see them. Here are celebs without makeup. We start off with, brace yourself, Madonna. The 53-year-old queen of pop goes natural, makeup-free. As you can clearly see, makeup plays a big part when it comes to her youthful look. And up next is one of my favorites, Miss Cameron Diaz. No need for a mask. 40-year-old Diaz looks pretty good without makeup, but how does she do it? Well, she's all about oxygen facials and lactic acid peels. Up next is Courtney Cox, who frequently goes without makeup. I guess the question is, why bother layering cosmetics when you look this good? And last but not least is Miss Angelina Jolie. She's often referred to as one of the most beautiful women in the world, and indeed she is very beautiful. Look at the side-by-side of Angie, and we can all understand why Brad Field actually fell for this natural beauty. So ladies, that's your buzz on celebs without makeup, and sorry if you don't feel any better. I mean, Angelina, she looks really good.
Do what we can. All right, thank you, Jess. The piggy bank might feel a little too light, and you might be trying to save some cash. So here are some simple ways to keep the cash from flowing out of your account every month. Make a grocery list. I know it sounds simple, but then take it with you when you shop. When you aren't buying this and that, you tend to spend less on splurges you don't really need. Buy a reusable water bottle and fill it yourself. Every time you buy a 20-ounce soda or grab a 16-ounce bottle of water from the convenience store, you are spending at least $1.50 every time. Save that money and it will add up. Also, plan out those big purchases. The longer time you wait between deciding to buy and actually doing it, the more time you have to realize you probably don't really need it.
Whether you're the business owner offering it or the employee contributing to it, understanding your 401k plan can mean the difference between hundreds of thousands of dollars. And a new fee notice system seems to have everyone scratching their heads. So Stuart Robertson, who's the president of ShareBuilder 401k, is here to help us out this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Michelle.
So let's just start things out. Why are we talking about this? Why is this such a big deal?
Well, we're talking about America's retirement, and obviously people are concerned about Social Security, pension plans are going away, but now we're getting some new insights into our 401k plan, and that's something that we can control and put ourselves in a better position for tomorrow.
And what we're talking about is the fees. So the fee that the business owner has to pay to offer the 401k plan, and the fee that we as employees have to pay out as well, correct?
That's right. So there's new fee disclosure rules out there. Everyone should have
Okay.
received a notice in the mail or through their
Hopefully
email.
you read it and didn't just throw it on the pile.
Exactly. And so for the first time, it's easy to kind of understand what you're paying, because most people weren't even aware they were paying anything.
Sure.
And so now they're getting that, and then, okay, what do I do with this?
And even though it's offered, people aren't necessarily understanding it. I mean, you guys just finished a survey and it showed employers are still confused, right?
Yeah, so we did a national survey to
Okay.
small businesses across America, and they definitely, the first time receiving it, really weren't sure what to do next now that they have it. Many thought paying 3, 4, 5% was okay in their plan.
You say that's not okay.
No, we really put in, no matter what size firm you are, we want to help
Sure.
people keep their fees less than 1%.
Okay.
Because
So that's the benchmark?
That's the benchmark, and most people don't even know that, whether you're an employer or an employee. So
Sure.
keeping those costs less than 1%, that's really what we want people to focus on.
Now it's funny though, because you say 1% and most employers think 4 or 5 is okay. So it's not that many percentage points, but compounded over your career, I mean, we're talking lots of money, right?
We really are. Most people might think a 0.5%, 1%, 2% isn't that big a deal, but
Sure.
if you think about a 40-year career and every dollar you're spending in investment expenses is that much less money that's staying invested in the market to build over time.
Right.
Plus, low expense funds tend to beat high expense funds over time.
Right.
So you're talking about performance and cost draining, sapping your retirement away. Say you're paying 1%
think you're
on
building this
two.
wonderful,
Yeah.
pile of money, and then next thing you know, it's
Yeah.
all being paid out to some random broker.
Your
somewhere.
neighbor paid 1% and you paid 2%, and you're wondering why they have hundreds
How
of
fair
thousands
is
of dollars.
that?
in money.
So ShareBuilder 401k, awesome help, right? What do you offer for us?
Well, we provide a lot low-cost solutions. We're one of the lowest-cost solutions in the marketplace for 401k plans. So business owners can come do a quick comparison online.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an employee, you may have, what do I do with
Yeah.
mine? You can go to 401kfeefighters.com, and there we have tools to help people compare their fees, some next steps of what they might do. Even selecting low expense funds within their current plan is a good idea. They may have left an old 401k behind. They can roll that into an IRA. So really some helpful things of what they can do to save more
You
for
mentioned
tomorrow.
that old 401k. People move jobs and I think they forget and they're like, where'd
Yep.
my money go? Well, thank you so much for the help. It really makes it easy for everyone at home as well. And if you want more information on ShareBuilder 401k, just go to our website. It's lifeloveshopping.com.
Still more to come here on Life Love Shopping. Palette crafts are the latest trend. We're showing you some fun do-it-yourself palette projects coming up next. Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. DIY projects, always fun to do and an inexpensive way to spruce up your home.
They are, and the latest trend is palette crafts. So Rachel Kay is here with some sources of inspiration for you. Good morning, Rachel.
Morning, ladies. Yes, we're talking about those wood crates you find on the side of the road or at the grocery stores. That is a palette. That's what we're talking about. Well, the first website we're going to talk about is called apartmenttherapy.com. They have 5 really awesome ways to make these palette projects for you. They have all the steps here. This is really cool. This is a bike rack, and it looks like they literally just took 2 pallets and stacked them on top of one another and put a nail in there. And then there's another cool one here. They even made a couch, which is amazing.
Wow.
And you can put cushions on there and leave it outside, and then it doesn't really get ruined, you know? The next website we're going to look at, this is called Instructables.com, and they have a step-by-step guide on making your own Adirondack chair. You know those chairs that you see everywhere. I'll show you here, like this, that you see on the beach, at beach houses. And the best part is it's one palette. They made this entire chair, and you can even paint it, make it different colors that you want, and it has even you can download the Google step-by-step process of how to make it, and it has all the steps that you would ever need to put this together. And then the next website, this one's homedit.com, I think is how they say it. It's 25 ways of turning a pallet into unique pieces of furniture. They have some really amazing stuff on here. This is a wine rack. You can make your own wine rack. You just stack them on top of each other and put some nails in there, and you've got it right there. You can make display shelves and hang them on the wall. The only thing you would have to be really careful is that you have like beams behind the wall or something, because they can be a little heavy, you know, if you start putting heavy objects in them when you're hanging stuff up. You can put it for kitchen, to make spices. This one's so cool, a coat rack you could do for the kids, and you could paint it different colors. And this website is amazing because it has the step-by-step pictures, as you can see here, to show you exactly how to put it together, how to paint it, and everything you need. And then this website, cool material, they have a bunch more ways to make the pallets. This is a table for inside your living room. You can make a dining room table, and you can even make dining room chairs to match with it. It's really cool. So yeah, there's plenty of things to do, ladies.
Those are really good ideas, but my question is, where do you find the pallets?
You could find them anywhere. Hardware stores, mattress stores, even pet shops, furniture stores, anywhere where they really deliver like those big, heavy chairs and couches that they need to rest stuff on. And if you call ahead, they'll give them to you for free because they want to give them away. And you're doing something good for the environment because then they're not going into landfills and you're reusing them.
Great
Cool,
ideas.
Rachel, thank you. Sort of bringing the old cement block 2x4 thing up to date.
Right. Yes. Well, if you're looking to take on a bigger renovation, we've got some ideas for that can help you in the long run as far as your home value goes. According to a study, 7 of the 10 most cost-effective projects are exterior replacement projects. So you want to make sure you're working on the outside before you take on the inside to get your money back.
Yes, that does it for Life Love Shopping. Coming up on tomorrow's show, we're going to have all sorts of things for you. Also, we want you to stay in touch with us by liking our Facebook page. You can also see the behind-the-scenes photos. You can also follow and tweet us on Twitter at Life Love Shop. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're here on WeTV every weekday morning.